Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Roman Reigns made his much anticipated return to WWE on the latest episode of Monday Night Raw and saved CM Punk and Jey Uso from getting brutalized by Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. The OTC has laid the groundwork for a potential bout at SummerSlam 2025. Upon his return, the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion garnered a massive response from the WWE Universe, and the entire arena was filled with Roman Reigns chants. Reigns is expected to compete at SummerSlam 2025, either in a singles bout against Braun Breaker or in a tag team match against Seth Rollins and his heel crew. In this listicle, we will explore 3 things Roman Reigns could do in WWE before the end of 2025. Roman Reigns' iconic championship reign is among the most historic title runs in the Stamford-based promotion, which cannot be replicated for years. He broke multiple records as the title holder, placing himself in the GOAT conversations. His reign ended at WrestleMania XL when Cody Rhodes defeated him, and since then he hasn't been close to the title picture. However, before 2025 ends, Roman Reigns could win the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw. It would create an interesting scenario as upon Seth Rollins' return, he could cash in on the OTC and craft a perfect WrestleMania storyline. The bloodline has again been divided. Jacob Fatu turned on Solo Sikoa at Money in the Bank 2025. The Street Fighter has now formed a new force, MFT, and won the United States Championship. Solo's current stable consists of JC Mateo, Tala Tonga, and Tom DeLoa. Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu are alone, struggling against Solo's heel group. Upon his return, Roman Reigns extended his hand to Jey Uso and told Punk that he was there to help his cousin, not him. Immediately after, he tweeted and revealed that more receipts are on the way. Reigns could shockingly return on SmackDown and help Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu, along with Jey Uso, against Solo Sikoa and his stable. With that, by the end of this year, Reigns could assemble a new bloodline and recreate the dominance they once had over the entire division, with all members draped in gold. Reigns is expected to leave again after SummerSlam 2025, as he is set to start filming his Hollywood film, Street Fighter, in August. However, the positive update is that Reigns would likely return near Survivor Series 2025, as he has been advertised on a promotional poster as the main character, which subtly suggests that he would compete on the PLE moving forward. Reigns could continue his full-time run in the Stamford-based promotion and get himself back in the title picture until WrestleMania. Roman Reigns has already done more in WWE than most superstars could dream of. Multiple-time world champion, record-setting Universal Champion, Royal Rumble winner, WrestleMania main eventer, leader of the bloodline. His resume is virtually untouchable. Yet as we move deeper into the second half of 2025, Roman Reigns remains a compelling figure even without holding a championship. His return to WWE Raw, after a brief hiatus, has reignited speculation about what his next major move could be. With new names rising and familiar faces standing strong, the road ahead is filled with possibilities, shockers, and potentially career-defining moments. Roman Reigns isn't just back to acknowledge his legacy. He may be planning something seismic before the year is over. Here are the most pivotal actions he could take in WWE before the clock strikes midnight on 2025. First and foremost, there is the possibility of a final and complete bloodline transformation. What began as a dominant faction under Roman's leadership has now fractured into multiple camps, with Solo Sikoa stepping up in Roman's absence, creating the new bloodline with Tama Tonga, Tom DeLoa, and Jacob Fatu. With Paul Heyman caught in the crossfire and Jey Uso making waves as a single star on Raw, the bloodline drama is reaching a fever pitch. Roman returning as the tribal patriarch and confronting Solo Sikoa to determine the true leader of the family could be one of the most emotionally charged and brutal rivalries of the year. WWE has subtly been building this tension for months, and with Roman Reigns' return timed just before SummerSlam, fans are speculating that an epic bloodline civil war might be his endgame. Another explosive direction for Roman would be stepping into a marquee dream feud against someone he's never fully faced one-on-one on a big stage. Perhaps here, Seth Rollins again, or even Cody Rhodes in a long-awaited rematch. While Cody's WrestleMania 40 win over Roman seemed like the end of that saga, the truth is Roman hasn't acknowledged the American Nightmare's victory in any meaningful way. That silence could mean Roman is biding his time, waiting for the perfect moment to reassert himself and potentially aim for a final redemption arc. With Survivor Series and possibly Crown Jewel still left on the calendar, WWE could pull the trigger on a blockbuster showdown that would dominate headlines and give Roman a chance to rewrite his legacy before 2025 closes. There's also the matter of WWE's expansion into international markets and the need for major stars to represent the brand at those global premium live events. Roman Reigns is the embodiment of WWE's crossover appeal. With upcoming international events rumored in Germany, Australia, and India, WWE might deploy Roman in a headline capacity to draw global eyeballs and ticket sales. These could be one-off matches against rising stars like Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, or even a surprise opponent like Bad Bunny in a mega spectacle bout. Roman's presence guarantees attention, and WWE could use that to anchor its global growth strategy. Such a move would not only keep Roman in the spotlight, but also help build the next generation by letting them stand across from the tribal chief. Off-screen, Roman Reigns is also expected to step deeper into executive influence. Rumors have swirled that Triple H and Nick Khan have discussed future creative roles for top veterans, and Roman's insight and business acumen could make him a powerful voice behind the scenes. He has already hinted in interviews that he sees his career transitioning toward mentorship and legacy building. If WWE allows him to blend his on-screen role with off-screen power, similar to how Triple H transitioned years ago, it could mark the beginning of a long-term transformation for Reigns from performer to creative force. That influence might also be seen in how the bloodline continues to evolve, with Roman potentially handpicking future members or molding storylines from the shadows. It's also worth acknowledging that Roman Reigns is still box office gold in Hollywood. As 2025 progresses, his presence in major WWE storylines could tie directly into building hype for future media ventures, like a potential WWE-produced movie or a major Peacock documentary covering his reign as tribal chief. WWE loves synergy, and Roman Reigns is tailor-made for such a cross-brand initiative. We could very well see a story arc that blurs the lines between reality and kayfabe, perhaps even a retirement tease or a one last fight storyline that brings everything full circle by the time Royal Rumble 2026 rolls around. Another intriguing idea that's gained momentum online is the return of Roman Reigns as a face. Not just a tweener, but a true babyface for the first time since his Shield days. While the tribal chief character has earned universal acclaim, WWE may eventually try to flip the script and show a humbled, older, battle-worn Roman fighting for redemption, honor, and family. This could be spurred by betrayal from within his camp or a shocking bloodline implosion that leaves Roman on the outside looking in. Such a turn would electrify WWE's storytelling, especially if it's paired with Roman finally embracing his family heritage in a more vulnerable, emotionally raw manner. The prospect of Roman Reigns seeking forgiveness from fans, from Jey Uso, even from himself, is rich with potential for some of the best promos of his career. Of course, Roman's trajectory also heavily depends on the fate of other top stars. If The Rock returns again for another high-stakes confrontation, Roman could be pulled into that orbit. While WrestleMania 40 seemed to close the chapter on Rock versus Reigns, the door has never been fully shut. If Roman Reigns were to challenge The Rock for the true title of Tribal Chief, maybe even in a no-rules, thematic showdown at a special event, it would not only break streaming records but mark one of the final chapters in Roman's in-ring saga. WWE would almost certainly market it as the end of an era, and Roman would get the opportunity to pass the torch or crush it once and for all. Lastly, one of the most powerful things Roman Reigns could do before 2025 ends is disappear again. But this time on his terms. A final walk-off, a statement promo, a mic drop that signals he's done, not because of injury or storyline exile, but because he's chosen to leave the kingdom he built. WWE could frame it as the last message from the head of the table, leaving fans stunned and uncertain about what's next. Maybe he comes back in 2026. Maybe he doesn't. But that type of send-off would only be fitting for someone who ruled for over 1,300 days and turned WWE storytelling into Shakespearean drama. The visual of Roman Reigns walking alone one final time is the kind of moment fans would never forget. Roman Reigns has nothing left to prove, and yet he might have everything to still say. Whether he reclaims gold, reshapes the bloodline, reignites old rivalries, or takes a final bow, one thing is certain: whatever the tribal chief does next will be massive. WWE is in a different era now, but Roman's shadow still looms large. And as 2025 races toward its end, that shadow might grow even bigger. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.